All right, YouTube, Detroit's HPTV coming to you out of Detroit, back with another video, back with an update. I want to talk to you about the migrant crisis again because it has taken another turn for the worst. And it was something that was easily predictable. Now they're finding out that the gangs of Venezuela are starting to war with the American gangs like the Crips and Bloods and things of that nature. Now, we knew this was inevitable, that eventually the gangs would reject being invaded on their turf. So the potential for gang violence has definitely increased with the number of gang members who have come across the border. So this was predictable. So now we see that the country is descending into chaos. The news is getting more and more violent. Now, you can't really go to CNN or MSNBC or the major news outlets that will actually show you what's going on in the cities, what's going on behind the scenes with this migrant crisis and the crime element. They definitely have a lot of distractions for the people while, the country is descending into chaos. And it's by design because they are allowing this to go on and creating the conditions for it to get extremely worse. So we're going to look at this. I'm not going to keep this going to be a short video, but this is Fox News. This is for fair use under the 1976 Copyright Act for commentary and educational purposes. Think about what they're saying here.
Todd and Carly, it is 6 o'clock on the East Coast. This is Thursday, March 7th, 2024. Welcome aboard. It's Fox and Friends. We start with the Fox News alert. Look at this. New body cam footage shows Florida authorities apprehending 24 illegal Haitian migrants who tried to sneak into the country on a fishing boat. Plus, it's Trump versus Biden. I don't know if you heard. The former president says he'll debate anytime, anywhere, any place.
Is President Biden going to commit to a debate?
That's something for the campaign to speak to.
And a tearful tribute. Travis Kelce breaks down over his big brother's retirement. The touching moment.
It was a fun journey to watch, and I just appreciate you.
Fox and Friends starts right now. And remember, mornings are better with friends.
All right, buckle up. Fox News alert. Deputies and Coast Guard apprehending 24 Haitian migrants found aboard a fishing boat off the Florida coast. And at the southern border, there's new concern about gangs. As we learned, the brother of the suspect accused of killing Laken Riley has ties to a notorious Venezuelan street gang.
Griff Jenkins is live in Eagle Pass, Texas with the details for us. Griff?
Good morning, guys. There's an undeniable spring surge at our border. In the past 5 days, we've had more than 7,000 migrants at the southern border being encountered. 5 days, 35,000. That's more than the population of Eagle Pass proper. Let's start in Melbourne, Florida. It's bashing in on this fishing boat. What was the telltale sign for authorities? No fishing poles on that boat. 2 smugglers were arrested. There's concerns with the unrest in Haiti that we will see a lot more boats just Daily Mail that Chinese smugglers on the Mexican side are working with Mexican cartels. They're being called snakeheads that
For some reason, it was doing that when I first watched it, so it's not me. It's their feed on this story. But listen, they said they got Chinese people, the snakeheads. I mean, it's all kind of gangs. You don't know who is here at this point. You got to hold on. It was doing this when I first previewed it. Because it's doing it over here too. I don't know if they don't want this story out or what.
The Venezuelan illegally in the country. We're learning more about his brother, Diego Ibarra, who was arrested on the same day for presenting a fake green card. Now authorities believe he may have ties to the notorious Venezuelan gang known as Tren de Aragua. They were linked to that NYPD cop beating and say, you will remember that we have shown many times on the air. This gang, Tren de Aragua, which translates roughly to Train of Aragua. Aragua is one of the largest states in Venezuela. That transnational gang was born out of the Tocaron prison, which is the most dangerous, notorious prison in Venezuela. That raising a lot of concerns, guys. We'll send it back to you.
Yeah, I also heard the brother, when he was at the Texas border, bit one of the border guards. Shouldn't that have been a sign that maybe we should turn this guy around with his neck tattoo?
Yeah, that's a great point, Brian. In that case, there were two migrants. The other migrant was arrested. Diego Ibarra was not, but they're looking back at him, trying to trace every affiliation he had. The concern here is that, much like we have seen MS-13 become a problem in the United States, they're worried this new Venezuelan gang, Tren de Aragua, or TDA, as they're sometimes called, may try to establish themselves in the U.S. And look at the examples we've got in New York City, beating the cops, and now this tie in Athens, Georgia. It looks like a pattern that authorities are worried they could be trying to establish themselves here.
All right, Griff, thank you very much.
I guess who's upset by it? Other gangs.
Yeah.
Evidently, the Bloods, the Crips, whatever gangs. I'm not up to date on the latest in gang growth, but they are taking on the Venezuelan gangs who want their territory.
That's exactly
what's going on here.
Well, it's out of control, and we got to give credit to Ron DeSantis, because what you saw with these Haitian migrants, those same agents, Fish and Wildlife, have been.
Let me say this, and I kind of figured this. In a lot of those communities, the gangs are the only thing that stands between the Venezuelan gangs and the citizens of that community. So you mean to tell me that the gangs has become the first line of resistance in this country? Not the authorities, not the police, but the gangs have become the first line of defense in this country. I know just with that, you can see that we're descending into chaos under this administration.
At the Texas border, training with Texas DPS on how to deal with this stuff. He was ahead of the curve. Not only did he send National Guard there, but he sent his guys so they can be aware of what's happening in their state when they're traveling by boat.
And you know, with those images from that Griff just showed from Florida with the body cam. So on last Saturday night, Kathy and I told you about this. Kathy and I had dinner with our friend Jackie Wacker of Chicago in Hobe Sound. So we're driving home on the beach road, and there's a bunch of cop cars straight ahead. We thought it was a DUI checkpoint. It was not. And then we drove a little further. There were like 50 police cars, Martin County Sheriff, police, all sorts of things. Turns out there was a fishing boat that came ashore at Coral Cove Park there on Jupiter Island, and 8 Haitians and Dominicans jumped out, apparently wearing life preservers, ran into the brush, started hiding. They caught 3 of them immediately, and then all night long they looked for the other 5. They eventually got them, but Kathy and I were talking about how the difference is between how they handle these migrants coming into the country in Florida versus in Texas, Arizona, California.
You hear those stories when you go down to Florida. We were on like a little island down there.
Yeah.
At the tip of Florida, and they said all the time they see the boats come up on the beach and they have to call the authorities.
All right. In the meantime, as Griff mentioned Laken Riley. Laken Riley's families were invited to attend tonight's State of the Union address, but declined. But a Georgia congressman is going to leave a seat open in her honor.
Tonight's speech marks a pivotal moment for President Biden and his 2024 opponent.
So that's it on that story. But I want you to think about what I said previously. We inevitably knew that the Venezuelan gangs and the gangs from Latin America were going to end up in conflict with American gangs. Is that how it starts? because this is serious. But the point that I'm making is, are the gangs the first line of defense in these inner cities against this migrant invasion? I don't know. You guys tell me what you think. It's a lot going on. Signing to you out of Detroit. Salute to all patriots. Peace. Keep y'all head on the swivel.